Hi, this is Dr. Jones. Today we're going to look at the database Open Dissertations. Now, if you've already watched the video on dissertations and theses global, um, you already have a basic idea about how to search for things, but I want to show you this database. It's very similar, just like you're going to see when we look at the ProQuest dissertation and theses global out there as well. They're all very similar. They're going to pull from the same basic groups of dissertations, but I want to give you a chance to see how it operates. So when you click on the Open Dissertations there, it will take you to this very common search page, and it looks like you are going to basically be looking for articles, and you're really looking for dissertations or theses out there. And so that's what it looks like. But when you click on advanced search, because you're going to want to do that to give yourselves better options, I put in ethics, leadership, and restaurant because I played around with this a little bit and saw where it said, oh, there's no results found when I was doing a couple of other things out there. I'm going to search. There are a couple of dissertations here just to show you some, what's out there. You don't need to worry about looking for full text, etc., because it'll either have a PDF of the dissertation or whatever you'll get to see. So some of the bells that you might click, you don't need to. Now, if you want to, you can look at starting or ending years and months and stuff like that, or look for specific universities. I suggest you just use the search terms, and then if you get 1,000 things, then you can start narrowing from there. But there are not as many dissertations as there are articles written, so you're going to find a greater limitation than you would if you were using ABIN form or one of those other article databases out there. So I don't put any subjects or anything. I just put the words ethics, leadership, and restaurant. Just because. Click on search, and there are 2 dissertations that make use of the words ethics and leadership and restaurant. And you'll see what they are. One's from 2006 and one from 94. In 2006, the writer was looking at essential competencies perceived by multi-unit operations and human resource leaders in the restaurant industry. So you can see where ethics, restaurant, and leadership come in because they're looking at the restaurant industry. And this one, the 94, is looking at the hospitality, including restaurants, industry. And so they are looking at essential competencies. And I have not looked at those, but you can imagine that if you did, they are going to have, those words in there, and you can see if they're useful to you or not. So I do want to take a look at this one right here. It's the most recent, but I noticed that University of North Texas, my alma mater, is in this one. It would not have been in the same it wouldn't have been in the same college as mine, but that's okay. Ding ding ding. Okay, so this is a pilot study. It's got the summary there, which is typically the abstract out there, and it's got accession numbers, etc. So you can get a basic idea of this one. You'll notice it does not have a PDF of the dissertation as you would have seen in looking at the dissertations and theses global that you did earlier, where you can download those. But if you click on this right here, it takes you to the open view where you can actually take a look at it. It's a University of Oklahoma site And so clicking on that gets you the actual dissertation, and you can download it from this open source if you choose to do so. And you would see the basic ideas of what they did. And this one is, it would appear, a Master's of Science. So it is a thesis as opposed to a PhD dissertation. But that's fine, you know, because it is still, a thesis is still something that got reviewed by a committee, and so it works as an academic piece out there. And so that's basically what you get with the open dissertations. You get to, I'll go back to this one here. You see the same kind of thing happening here. There's less information, but UNT's got their own digital library and they've got the same thing. I'm guessing since if you wanted to do a search about in their digital library, if you wanted to do a search on mine, you could find mine again. But I've already shown you how to get that through the dissertation and theses global. But that's how these databases change. A lot of times, instead of holding the actual PDFs of things, they will give you links where if it's open source material, you can find that out there someplace else. That's what you do. It's just like looking up articles, except what you're going to get is dissertations and a thesis, however, you know, whatever you can find. Make good use of it and take care. Bye-bye.